You're texting someone you actually like. The conversation is going well. They're responding quickly, asking real questions, remembering things you told them last week. And then something shifts inside you. You can feel it happening. The conversation starts to feel like a net closing. You don't reply for hours, then a day. By the time you do, the momentum is gone and you've created just enough distance that they get the message. You didn't have to say anything. You just disappeared. What you did wasn't cruelty. It wasn't thoughtlessness either. It was precise, practiced, and it was already happening before you were conscious it had started. Let me tell you where this actually comes from. You probably grew up somewhere love had conditions or a cost. Maybe one of your parents ran hot and cold, genuinely warm one week, then distant or sharp the next, and you could never quite predict which version you'd get. You figured out early that getting close meant you could get hurt. Or maybe the opposite, someone loved you intensely, but their love came with a weight attached. Their feelings became your responsibility. Being close to them didn't feel like safety. It felt like being slowly pulled under. Or maybe nothing that dramatic happened at all. Maybe your parent just wasn't very available. They loved you probably. But they were reserved, didn't hug much, didn't ask what you were feeling. They managed their own inner world quietly and alone. And watching them, you absorbed a belief. The people worth being are the ones who don't need anyone. Over time, your nervous system learned that closeness equals danger. Not in any dramatic conscious way. Just your body quietly understanding that when someone got too interested, too invested, that was when things could go wrong. That was when you might get abandoned or consumed or found out as not enough. So you developed an exit, a way to stay ahead of it. It probably started small. Withdrawing before someone could withdraw from you, finding reasons to be unavailable, creating little silences that felt like something you controlled. Because in those silences you were safe. Nobody could hurt you, nobody needed anything from you, nobody had any power over how you felt. And honestly, it worked. For a long time this kept you from being devastated, it kept you standing on your own. It meant you never had to sit in that particular kind of vulnerability where someone else holds your emotional state in their hands. But you're an adult now, and you're still doing this. Someone starts to like you more than you expected. They remember the small things. They lean in. And something in you panics, not consciously, not in words, but your nervous system clocks the approach of closeness, the way an animal clocks the sound of something moving in the dark. So you disappear. Slowly or all at once. You go brief, you take longer to respond. You mention how busy you are. You find something they did that bothered you. You locate a reason, fair or not. And when they finally pull back, you feel a wave of relief so total it's almost like coming up for air. This pattern has a name: avoidant attachment. It means that somewhere along the way, your brain wired intimacy and threat together. And now, when someone gets close, the part of your nervous system responsible for keeping you safe hits a mute button on your desire to connect. Psychologists call this deactivation. Your attachment drive, that basic human pull toward other people, gets switched off because your system has learned that following it leads somewhere dangerous. And the mechanism works. It heads off rejection before it can land. It keeps you feeling autonomous and in control. What it costs you, though, is the actual experience of being known, of mattering to someone who sees you clearly, of staying present with another person when things get uncomfortable, and finding out that you survived it. Most people running this pattern don't notice it while it's happening. From the inside, it doesn't feel like a defense. It feels like clarity. They're fine, things are fine, and then suddenly they're suffocating. They need space. They start remembering all the reasons this probably won't work, and every bit of it feels completely real and completely justified. The suffocation is real. The incompatibility feels obvious. The relief of pulling back feels like evidence they made the right call. Because from inside the pattern, it is real. Your nervous system genuinely believes it's protecting you. Our brains aren't making anything up. They're following directions written thousands of years into our evolutionary past. This usually happens with people who are actually safe. Someone who doesn't match the old wound at all? Someone steady, someone curious about you, someone who keeps showing up, and your response is to push them away before the closeness can reach you. You're running from a threat that isn't in the room, and underneath all of it, there's this, the loneliness of always keeping distance. The people in your life never quite know you because you never quite let them. You're protected, yes, but you're also very much alone with it. You're not broken. This isn't a character flaw, and it doesn't mean you're incapable of love. You learned a survival strategy when you were young, and it needed to work, and it did. The problem is you've outgrown the danger, but your nervous system hasn't gotten the update yet. You're still braced. Once you can actually see the pattern, something shifts. You start to notice that the suffocation you feel when someone gets close isn't about them. It's an old alarm going off. The panic isn't a verdict on the relationship, it's a reflex. It's your system doing what it learned to do. That distinction matters because when you can separate the reflex from the reality in front of you, you have a choice you didn't have before. You can feel the impulse to vanish and stay anyway. This doesn't mean forcing closeness before you're ready, or ignoring a genuine need for space. It means learning to tell the difference between a real need and a nervous system panic wearing a real need as a costume. It also means you can stop confusing the person in front of you with the people from your past. They're not the same people. The threat was never really about them. It was about what their closeness triggered inside you. And seeing that clearly changes how you look at them. There's something you can try, and it's almost embarrassingly simple. When you feel the pull to go quiet, to create distance, to start cataloging reasons this won't work, just pause. Not to fight the impulse, just to look at it for a second. Maybe 30 seconds. Notice where you feel it in your body. Notice what story your nervous system is telling you about what will happen if you stay. Then ask yourself, does that story actually match who this person is right now today? Or is it something you learned somewhere else, a long time ago? That gap between feeling the impulse and acting on it, that's where something new can happen. You're not battling anything, you're just asking one question before you go on autopilot. And if you can, one small thing after that, stay for one more message, send one more reply. Don't try to rewire everything at once, just extend the moment by one small choice. Let them see a little more of you than the panic wanted to allow. Let the conversation go one beat further than where you'd normally go quiet. It won't fix everything, but it teaches your nervous system something it hasn't learned yet. That closeness doesn't take you out. That you can feel the alarm and not run. That the person on the other end isn't the same as the ones who hurt you. You're texting someone you actually like. The conversation is going well. They're asking real questions. And you can feel it starting, that familiar tightening, that pull toward the exit. But you know what it is now. You know where it comes from. So instead of following it like you always have, you pause, you notice it. And then you keep writing. You stay for one more message. You don't go quiet. The closeness doesn't destroy you. They don't consume you. Nobody disappears. It's just two people talking. And that, it turns out, is the thing you've been most afraid of. And the only thing that was ever going to help.